Happy New Year, small group leaders. We are preparing for our new series called God Can Do Anything. And in this series, we're going to take a look at the life of Joseph and begin to look at the life of Moses. And through all of those stories, we're going to keep learning over and over and over again that God can do anything, that God had a plan from the very beginning. Remember, we started in the very beginning, and we're going to keep going through that story so that we can see God's character and what he had designed for people the whole time. So in this first week, 1-year-old leaders and 2-year-old leaders, you guys will be looking at the first part of the story where we look at Joseph and his dreams and how his dad fathered him or favored him. Of course he fathered him, it's his dad. But one of the big aha moments that I had as I was studying through all of this is realizing that Joseph was the firstborn son born to Rachel. Remember, Rachel was Jacob's favored wife. He loved her. He wanted her. And so when Joseph was born from Rachel, of course he was going to favor Joseph over all of the other sons because that was Rachel's first son. So I don't know if you already knew that or if this is one of those aha moments for you as well. But of course, Joseph's life was going to play out like it did. He had many brothers who were very jealous of him. And he was the favored one. And then God, on top of that, God is choosing Joseph to do big things with him. So, I hope that our kids, through understanding that God had a design even in the middle of a really messy family situation, that I hope that a bunch of our kids can see that God is in the middle of their messy family decisions as well, because I know many of them can relate. So today, as your small group activity, you are going to get to play around and explore what bedtime is like. You may want to use your phone and set an alarm, and you have blankets in your rooms. You'll have stuffed animals. You have some toothbrushes. Totally use that as your discretion if you want to give toothbrushes. There's not enough for each kid to have one, unfortunately, but if you want to use them, great. If not, I totally understand. Putting a bunch of things in kids' mouths can be scary. So I get that. I don't know if I'll have time to get you some mouthwash where you could rinse it in between. So if you want to use them, great. Send them home with the kids if you want to at the end of the day. Totally up to you. But what you're supposed to do is just pretend like you're going to sleep. I'll put some pillows in there as well. But you're going to pretend like you're going to sleep. And then you talk with the kids. What happens while you're sleeping? And maybe they're too little to understand that they're having dreams or whatever. But maybe you can just sing to them and pretend like they're going to bed, like it would be your kids putting them to bed. And then talk about how Joseph had some dreams while he was sleeping, that God helped show him what was going to happen in the future. Then you have your memory verse activity. And remember, we do the simple signs with these. And I know I don't always make up the greatest signs. So if you come up with something better, please let me know. But this is what we have. But I have been the Lord your God, point to God, ever since you came out of Egypt. Pretend like you're riding on a horse. I don't know if they were on horses, but it's fun to pretend. You shall acknowledge, pointing to your head, no God but me. No Savior except me. And I don't know if you know the sign for Jesus, but this is the sign for Jesus. You're going to hold your palms up like this. You're going to take your middle fingers and you're going to point like you're pointing to where the nail was in his hand. You're going to do like this. This is the sign for Jesus. Hosea 13:4. No Savior, Jesus, except me. And then you can pray with your kiddos and send them on their way. If you want to send them home with a coloring page so that mom and dad know what the story was about, feel free to send them home with their coloring page. Thank you so much for leading. I hope that you are enjoying your time with our littlest kiddos. I know I've had the chance to be in those rooms lately, and I'm going to be making some adjustments to what I'm writing for you after being in the rooms and understanding better how everything functions in there. So thanks for hanging with me. I know there's a learning curve for all of us. If you ever need me, feel free to reach out to me, and I look forward to you guys joining us. I'm going to start putting that bug in your ear now. Joining us at the end of the month so that we can go over some policies that we need to make sure that are being followed through. We're going to do it in a really fun way. We're going to play some games and give out some prizes. And so you're going to really, if you've never made it to one of our other meetings, make a point to come to this meeting. Well, we provide you with lunch. It's the best lunch in town. And we'll play some games. Your kids will be taken care of. If you're concerned about your kids, they'll have time to play and do their fun activities as well. Just let me know that you're coming so that we can make sure we prepare enough food for everyone. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.